We're taking off from that, caution that Titan has put out in their press release today. What is your sense on consumer discretionary per se? I mean, the likes of a Jubilant FoodWorks or a Talwarkers or a Titan. What's in store for some of these stocks and these companies as the new year unfolds?
Well, I think, on a slightly longer term basis, I think the view continues to be positive as far as these companies are concerned. Obviously, in the shorter term, a lot of these discretionary consumer stocks are affected by, this overall sentiment that prevails and so on and so forth. But our own view is that the revival in the Indian economy will be led by the consumer and private consumption as such. Led by the fact that you are seeing the interest rate cycle turn, and you've seen cuts being enforced. You're seeing the new RBI rule in terms of marginal pricing happening with banks, which will result in loans coming down cheaper. So in that scenario, I think sectors such as autos, the housing will start seeing some sort of a revival happening. And broadly speaking, as the other big factor is this whole pay commission hike that has come about. We saw that happening the last time around also. That's going to put some more money back. So you are going to see consumer discretionary and private consumption actually be one of the legs driving the revival in the economy.
Nitin, before we let you go, since this is the last conversation we're having with you in 2015, I take your point about the market still being in a trading range and the fact that earnings will really determine the direction going forward. But broad themes, thematically, what do you think? Will it be banking? Will it continue to be defensives like pharma? What comes to mind as the year unfolds?
So I think, like I mentioned, I think consumption is going to be one broad theme that is going to drive. And within that, I think autos and two-wheelers is probably where you will start seeing that. In the year ahead, if I take a look at it, you already have this talk of the monsoon being better this year. So, if rural picks up and with lower interest rates, you're probably going to see that happening at one level. I think you're going to see select infrastructure segments already where you're seeing signs of order books building up. So, I think therein, whether it's on the road side or whether it's with relation to companies having an exposure to railways, renewables, and the third leg is essentially, in my view, going to be the whole export leg. The fact that the rupee has weakened, despite the strength that we're seeing in the last few days. But overall, if you really see, the rupee has weakened, and so that is probably going to drive earnings for the export-led companies.
All right, Nitin, good talking to you. Thank you so much. We wish you a great end of the year and a very happy and prosperous new year to you.
A very happy new year to you and all the viewers.
Thank you.